everyone, welcome back again to another video. Thank you so much for clicking as always. If this is your first time here, my name is Julie. You are welcome to Julie Harrison Reacts. Don't make it your last by subscribing. I came across this video on TikTok. This video is currently blowing up and people we are seeing sharing their not so good experiences on the Katrina hurricane that happened years back, which triggered a lot of mixed feelings. Most people we are seeing condemning that this Katrina hurricane has absolutely nothing to do with natural. It has a lot to do with genocide. I'm going to let you guys listen to everything they said and let know what you think in the comment section. Before I proceed with the videos, please, this video does not in any way promote conflict. It is truly for educational purposes and of course creating awareness on the recent trends happening on social medias. Watch these videos.
I keep hearing so much about this Hurricane Katrina documentary. So you mean to tell me this was never a natural disaster, and this whole entire time schools teaching us about natural disasters, they're talking about the hurricanes, they've been feeding us fake knowledge this whole entire time. This was to get rid of people, to execute them. Like, I'm hearing so much crazy stuff about Hurricane Katrina and it's so like unrealistic. Somebody said there was a baby floating on the water. A lady was in a boat and the baby was just floating on the water. This lady said that she called 911 and apparently 911 wasn't available, so they just had to be there trapped. They said men in prison were getting released and they were raping people. They would take them in the dark and they would rape them. And somehow 90 other countries request to help out America, and America say no, they denied the request to help them. And it's just like, how? Why? People were literally on top of roofs, not knowing if they were going to live or survive that so-called hurricane. And it's just like, it was a setup this whole entire time. Y'all was basically trying to wipe out the population. I have to go personally watch the documentary for myself, which I'm going to get on that as soon as possible, because it just sounds very unrealistic, because we've been fed bullshit all this time. Thanks to TikTok, we know the real truth about the Hurricane Katrina. Like, that is crazy. America is a bullshit ass country. Like,
America is a joke. I'm seeing that documentary about the Hurricane Katrina. And man, America is a fucking joke, bro. Those people was out there trying to survive. They called them people thugs and animals, boy. And they was being openly racist on TV, explaining what these people were doing to survive. If I lost everything overnight and I had to survive, I'm looting stores too. I'm doing what I gotta do to eat. What do they expect people to do if they're not getting no help? But then again, you get illegal immigrants over here and you give them every benefit in the book. You feed them, you house them. But when Katrina happened, y'all didn't do nothing for those folks down there. But then y'all call them thugs? Bro, I'll be mad. What, bro? Let something happen where I'm living at. I'm going to be the first one to go into the store and break into the stores to take something so I can feed my family. What are we talking about here? They will give money to an illegal immigrant before they help you because of your skin tone, because you're this, because you're black. They will help somebody else before you, even though you're a native here. That's crazy.
just watched a little bit of that Hurricane Katrina documentary. I firmly believe in showing history and showing real history to our children in schools. But then you will watch shit like that was a documentary, and the fireman, mind you, these people have been in a hurricane, they're scared, they haven't eaten in days, they've been walking for days, ain't nowhere to go. These is babies and old folks out here. And they talking about some, yeah, they're fucking animals and they're so desperate, we're spinning to ill and we're gonna ask questions later. And it just really fucked my head up. Because it's dangerous to show shit like that because the hate that it'll put in your heart for these people. Hurricane Katrina happened in 2005. I was born in 2004. These people saying these things, they were literally using Hurricane Katrina as an excuse to assassinate black people. It don't matter what we do or where we go. At the end of the day, we gotta live here with these people. And they act like they so cool with us, or they won't even say nothing. They be hiding this shit. Then a natural disaster like Hurricane Katrina happened, and y'all just waiting to annihilate us. It's too many of y'all that be like this. This shit be in you, G. That shit is so fucking scary. Cause look at how the country is turning out. Something happened, bro. Y'all not even worried about the real shit that's going on or the problems that we having. As soon as something happen, even though our whole country is under a national disaster, bro, y'all gonna use that as a chance to blick us down. I don't like that, bro. And then it's like you always want to ask for peace and you want to ask for this and you want to ask for that. But every time you get the chance, even when it's not war, it's always gonna be war with y'all. Always. That shit sick as hell, bro. And that make it hard for us to come together. It really do, because that make a motherfucker want to do something to you about they people, bro. For real. So it's like, how are we gonna even maneuver through this? Because at this point, and I would hate to generalize because that's what y'all do, but I'm not gonna lie, at this point, y'all the type of people that like you can't make amends, you can't compromise. Like, motherfucker gonna have to do something to y'all. Oh, Jesus. Like, that shit is so fucking sick, bro. Like, I have to raise children in this. Like, this shit is blowing my fucking mind. It's people out here that will kill me for no reason. I'm precious. I'm so precious. I'm so precious. And it's people that will look at me and don't want me here. I don't like that. Y'all be trying to act like racism and all this doesn't exist, and it does. If you're not affected, if you're not affected by racism, either you so stuck in the box that they got you so stuck in the hood to where you ain't never really interacted with no white people, or you're so close to white people that you are pandering and you're hurting your own people because they feel like you a little bit one of them. And if you haven't experienced it and you'll be around white people 9 times out of 10, you just dumb as fuck. And they doing your ass. This is not against nobody. I don't give a fuck. Feel how you want to feel, bitch. If you feel like them motherfuckers, if you be on this same shit behind closed doors, bitch, I'm talking about you. Actually. Fuck trying to be peaceful. Fuck you talking about. Y'all ass don't be peaceful.
20 years have now passed since one of the worst disasters to ever exist hit the Gulf Coast. But how much do you really know? For example, do you know about the levees? And I mean really know about the levees? I can't tell you how many firefighters and first responders that I've watched videos of them trying to tell everybody about what was really going on. And when you really look into it, it's so much deeper than you really think. For example, my dad was a chief in the Navy during Katrina, and luckily we were able to take shelter on base. But he was one of the first people to go out and check on everything and everybody that was left. And the reason I say left is because I have pictures. I can't present them on TikTok necessarily because I guarantee those pictures would probably be taken down. But the things he saw and took pictures of the same exact day that storm had been passing is enough to break anybody. But it also reminds me of how much was actually lost. See, everybody's attention has always been on New Orleans, and I get it. It was truly devastating. It was one of the most heartbreaking experiences I've ever had, just to watch these people sit on top of their houses waiting for a Coast Guard to come pick them up. But the reason of why it was is disturbing. See, in 2005, there were a lot of, let's just say, investment opportunities. Imagine a city that had never truly flourished, a city that needed to be restructured in order to refrain it from being impacted until it is supposed to be. What do I mean by that, one might ask? Well, imagine a plan, right? A plan to funnel funds for decades until a turning point had been prophesied. That turning point is in the 2050s, okay? Instead of doing that, the narrative has now become corrupted. It has been for over 1,000 years, which is where timeline jumps come into the scenario, but people don't believe in that shit. God, if you actually really knew what time was in itself, your fucking mind would be blown. But we'll save that conversation for another day, because when my father was in New Orleans in the aftermath of Hurricane Katrina, he was investigated. Obviously, he's retired now after 30 years, but he had presented audio recordings of his superiors speaking about the situation in New Orleans, with them mentioning how the explosions in specific locations were, in quotations, successful. All of that old infrastructure all of that one specific type of population that seems to always be targeted for whatever reason. But also a brand new excuse for why what happened in the Middle East needed to continue. It's been a cesspit of dirty money ever since. And do you know why? Well, how long can you hold your breath for? If you know, you know. But if you don't, well, let's just say that I've been trying to tell everybody about these intelligent cities for quite some time now. And I'll provide more clarification upon that in the comment section for those of you who are actually curious. I don't want to say anything out loud now. I'm already sitting on the edge of an account ban. I'm not even trying to make that shit happen again. It's been like 12 times at this point, and people still don't even know that I've gotten banned once. But look, everybody should just keep their eyes on New Orleans throughout the next couple of months. I went to a certain summit earlier this year, and I could definitely tell you that.
I don't care what nobody say. Just listen to this clip.
Please leave. I hate to say this, but I just don't have enough body bag.
As bad as I don't want to stitch this clip, I didn't want to do it, but I want y'all to hear what exactly he said. Now y'all listen. Everything that's done in the dark comes to the light. And for him to say what he said, I want y'all to leave, is a mandatory. Please go, please leave. I won't have enough body bags. For one, we know the storm came, it got dark. The storm had them pass, and it was like it was a regular day, but we ain't have no electricity. Then all of a sudden the people hear a loud bang, a loud boom, and boom, they go to levees. The hell, the storm had them fucking pads. Y'all blew up the motherfucking levees, cause y'all, that fucking shit was a set up. This is crazy. This is crazy. This is crazy. TikTok, this is for entertainment purpose only. I'm only here to bring awareness to my friends for educational purposes only. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this in the comments. I'm pissed off.
That was not a hurricane. That was not a natural disaster. That was mass genocide. That was all about a land grab. That was all about gentrification. This reminds me of exactly what happened in Oscarville, Georgia, when it was flooded and they created Lake Lanier. 20 years later, and the truth is finally starting to come to the light. Everything the media told us 20 years ago was an absolute lie. Ryan Coogler just recently came out with a documentary regarding Hurricane Katrina, and it exposed so many things that a lot of us knew for so long. Not only that, there are so many survivors speaking out on TikTok that are sharing their stories, and when I tell you, it is gut-wrenching, it is horrifying, it is horrific. These people lived an absolute nightmare, okay? All I'm going to say is, if you have not watched this documentary, please go watch it. Follow the hashtag, y'all. These stories are so mind-blowing that I can't even put them into words right now. It is unreal, y'all. It heartbreaking. That's all I'm going to say.
I'm a survivor of Katrina, 2005. My name is Karen Robinson, Washington. I lived in New Orleans East when Katrina hit. I came home from work. My husband and my brother was working, and I came home from work. They brought me home from work, and they went and continued on working, and I turned on the news, and they did not know anything was going on the news, myself either. And I turned the news on that Friday, and I saw this big eye looking at me. I was like, oh my God, gets on the phone, call my husband. You need to come home right now, blah, 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 let's come home. Came home, watching the news, my brother, him, and I. I'm like, we have to go. We have to leave immediately. So, we stayed over Saturday. After Saturday, we went to the store, we bought water, food, and everything. And then we resided in the St. Bernard housing project by my little baby sister home on the 3rd floor of Gibson Street. And our food and everything is so this and that and so. Katrina hit. Katrina hit. Hey, she came and she came. We went through it. We stayed in the home. We was at our house, and we had our trials and tribulations, and you know, we had our food and our water, and we had our stuff. My brother, her window was coming in. So my brother went outside on the ledge, on the pipes, walked the pipes, went got a piece of wood.
And that's
off
during
our
the
wagon.
storm, right?
During the storm, one walked out on the pipes, got a piece of wood off the window. I was watching him carefully, wishing that he not blow away. And I said, he came back with the wood, put it on my sister's window, and boarded the window up so we could be secure because the wind was so strong. So the storm was hitting, and it was going through, and we was there, and it was going through, and we was there. So the next day we woke up. The skies was clear, the sun was shining, yes, so forth and so on. So I was sitting in the Project Women window on the 3rd floor, and I heard a boom. And after I heard the boom, here comes the water. I ran inside and I said, y'all, something is not right. We have to go.
I kind of feel like it is. I've not watched the documentary. Have you seen it? What do you think about it? In the comment section, I would like to know, right? I kind of think that it's for me to like see people sharing their story. There were so many videos, people saying, you know, sharing how they escaped this hurricane, and I was like, what is really going on? You know, and this brings me down to this. There are lots of videos that the stitches and all that. I went through the comment section, and a lot of people kept saying things like, there's absolutely nothing to do with normal. It was more like they intentionally unalived these people. Yeah, because if you claim that immigrants are welcomed, right? Immigrants pay taxes, immigrants have rights, even though we might not have equal rights with the palm-colored people. But if you claim that immigrants should have certain rights, why didn't you try as much as possible to save them? The documentary opened up to the eyes the recent thing that happened, and it has gotten a lot of mixed feelings. The black people are complaining, the white people are complaining. They just felt like there should be a way around this. They would have saved these people. I don't know when it has become a fault, a problem, because we have this skin color. Are we the ones that created ourselves? We are proud of who we are, and we are not even sorry about it. It is your problem if you think that our skin color defines us. If it's your problem if you think that we deserve to be unalived other than, you know, saving us. I got teared up listening to the stories, you know, how people even tried, some of them even lost their lives trying to save some people, you know, and I kind of think they would have done better. So people stating that it has nothing to do with natural, that it has a lot to do with genocide. Where is the lie? In as much as we do not promote conflict, certain things need to be addressed, and they need to be addressed properly. This is actually way overboard, and I cannot think that, you know, you letting all these people go just like that because you think they don't want to be saved, because you think their lives does not matter. When has it been a norm that black lives does not matter? The last time I checked, Black Lives Matter. That has to be the logo. That has to be the goal. We do not get lesser of what you get because we are black. It's not done anywhere. Our integrity should continue to be high. I just frowned so much at it, and then listening to the documentaries and people crying, tearing up. They said if you don't have mind, if you know you have anxiety, you have panic attacks, don't even watch the video, because you're definitely going to get triggered. If you know your mental health, your physical health, emotional state is not stable, do not watch this documentary. They kept warning people. But if you know you are good to go, then you can go ahead and watch it and see how this whole thing happened. It is blowing up, guys. Were you but then again, I'm going to end it here because I want you to tell me what you think in the comment section. Were you there? Did you experience the hurricane that happened? What are your genuine opinion down the comment section? Do you think the Katrina is just mere natural disaster, or do you think it has a lot to do with what they've actually been complaining on the videos I shared? If this is your first time coming across my face, again, my name is Julie. I really love you to be here. Please make sure you click on the subscribe button to get updated anytime I post a video. Make sure you turn on your notification bell here, or here the bell icon on this screen, so that anytime I drop a video, you'll be first to notified. Yeah, I see your love, I see your support, and I don't take your love for granted. So stay connected. I'm going to see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.